Ex-Minister Okram Henry says 1K MLA Yumkam Irawat should resign on moral ground after yesterday's interim order issued by Supreme Court of India. And India reports single-day spike above 4,14,000 new COVID-19 cases and 3,915 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate dropped to 81.95%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Afternoon Bulletin and I'm KANEL SHAMBANDURAM with you. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance from one another. Please remember that the fight against the COVID-19 is not over yet. Now the news in details. Ex-1K MLA Okram Henry today categorically stated that Yumkam Irawat should voluntarily resign from his post on moral grounds. Okram Henry's remark came in the wake of yesterday's interim order issued by the Supreme Court of India, depriving 1K MLA Yumkam Irawat to certain provisions as member of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. In a telephonic conversation with Impact News today, ex-Mahud Minister Okram Henry says why Irawat today took oath as 1K MLA following a court's order, hence he should obey further court's directions. Okram Henry says he will continue to work for the welfare of people of 1K constituency whether he is an MLA, minister or not. It may be recalled that Yumkam Irawat sworn in as a member of the Manipur Legislative Assembly and 1K MLA on the 21st of April following a judgment of the High Court of Manipur in response to his election petition declaring Okram Henry's verdict in 2017 election as null and void. Dissatisfied with the verdict, Okram Henry had filed a writ petition on the Supreme Court. Yesterday's interim order passed by the Apex Court bench consisting of Justice Uday Umesh Lalit, Justice Indira Banerjee and Justice K.M. Joseph in a virtual session ordered that Yumkam Irawat shall be entitled to repressed electorate in the House and participate in the debates. However, the 1K MLA shall not be entitled to cast any vote on the floor of the House or in any committee of the House, nor entitled to draw any monetary benefits in respect of the office of member of the Assembly. Impact News got in touch with Y. Irawat today, but he refused to give any comments yet by stating that he will be issuing a statement regarding the matter at the earliest.
High Court ki do koina mana hai do pen da bagi Supreme Court appeal da woni dana Supreme Court na aigi appeal do honor to bi bagi yam sing na ga di ngarang just so hai bani sigum musidi India history da thok 3 you know the akoi gi chumna gi elected member amaga smaina court case ta karaga ko MLA oigada wo mi se khenai ba ko magi kaita parent amalai ni ba appeal per 30 days amalai ba adogi appeal per to 30 days sungai ngai da bi da direct do wasakan mane ba hoi akoi gazette homaga masigum musidi history da han bani thoi se na Supreme Court tum hai bi dungai Supreme Court na hai se amaram da ga 27 da dispose tawrani budi hai bane Supreme Court na raim so na la ni pabung ni bo su court na ya bagi oire hosi court na potha bi odi potha bata ni kwai ni nungai je da badi ai ngasigi order do yaw bane ba ai sa se resign taw khra bane matam do da resign taw khra ga election taw jarage hai bane da pabung ni bo sila ai gi samna hai bani hoi bo da je ai di kari bani ne ka ga da dum khanje bata bane sigi tam zima sahi ma sem minister oina phajana dum leram baya bane ba mana case auction badagi vote su halandra minister su to le thana adogi mangje basi wangkai kendra mangje badune hai badune hoi ai gi bu MLA oi drasu minister oi drasu tawam tokpa seba budi dum tawkhini tha taruk tare amu aina minister oi jaraga kendra sigi hena seba tawbangam gado bodo Hindi kepo heli dana. Adana sigum basidi ma aseng wagi di moral ground da. De 27 nga ngai da bido masala resign da wam talk ni da.
Police continue crackdown on curfew violators in various places under the jurisdictions of Purampad Police Station in Imphal East District today. The team led by Purampad OC and Vinod detained people who flouted curfew restrictions and issued them fines. Police personnel used loudspeakers and instructed those people in COVID-19 affected areas to remain inside their houses. Speaking to media, Purampad OC Vinod appealed to the public to abide by the guidelines issued by the government to curb the spread of COVID-19. He warned that police will continue detaining curfew violators. Coronavirus vaccine is reportedly out of stock in the Kukching district. Speaking to media, head of the Community Health Center Management Committee Wangu T.S. Dhamin said that over 1,000 people have been already administered Covishield vaccine, but now the center has stopped the vaccination for the past couple of days owing to vaccine shortage. He maintained that there are around 20,000 eligible beneficiaries in the area. T.H. Dhamin appealed to the government to supply adequate COVID-19 vaccine for the district without further delay.
Population listing kun lai masjid sama ka bagadi kaya sanga du sahi kaya sanga du bola jo choi koi tambang amdre aduna yari mo kai government na taxi lem hori basing se kafi roi dribra han kafi bo koi na kafre kafi roi de bora ga na madu government na tu ho sabda lem hori basing kafi roi aduna ai mo badara ma population targadi kudong sa da bo mayam si fok tan na mag dum to government na mari laima authority da ida lai biragade matik sana pibira aga kam na government na mari lai na sen na ida marang kaina pibira na bahai na ngasi appeal tabjeli.
Relief items have been distributed to families residing in COVID containment zone of Loshang Kong Makalaikai in Lamlai Assembly constituency. The essential items were donated by BJP Manipur State Council member and the chairman of COVID Second Wave Fighting Task Force Lamlai Mandal Khongban Tabam Ibomcha. Speaking on the sideline cage, Ibomcha appealed to follow COVID appropriate behaviors and to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Local COVID committee Lamlai has banned financial activities like lottery, loaning and debt collection by money lenders in Lamlai area of Imphal East District in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking on the sideline, committee convener L. Jayanta said the restrictions was imposed considering the economic restraints due to prevailing COVID-19 situation. He appealed to the public not to violate the ban imposed by the committee. Proscribed Kanglaipa Communist Party KCP has released its biannual journal titled Langthen Minasi Ekoi. Press release from the party mentioned that the journal includes various editorials titled Wakalon Amakakta Oiba, Ideological Unity, Punsin Bagi Mathau Taba Machak Ama, and MLM Kangwinashi, Marxism, Leninism, and Maoism. Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus updates in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
You are watching Impact TV. Engaging, empowering and impacting lives.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Afternoon Bulletin. India has reported the highest ever single-day spike after 4,14,188 new COVID-19 confirmed cases in the past 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India's COVID tally has reached 2,14,91,598 and there are 36,45,164 active cases. That total stands at 2,34,083 with the addition of 3,950 15th new COVID-19 fatalities. On the positive note, 331,507 people were discharged in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovered cases to 1,76,12,351. India's recovery rate stands at 81.95%. Maharashtra has the highest active cases of above 6,41,000 in the country. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 15 crore 67,42,000 people. Nearly 32,71,000 people have died, and recoveries are nearly 13 crore 41,44,000. United States of America has the highest active cases of above 66,69,000 in the world, followed by India and Brazil. COVID-19 active cases are surging in the northeast states. Assam ranked highest with 33,176 active cases, followed by Manipur with 2,991 and Meghalaya with 2,351 active cases. There are 2,292 active cases of COVID-19 in Tripura, 2,256 in Sikkim, 2,245 in Nagaland, 1,858 in Arunachal Pradesh, and 1,779 in Mizoram. In Assam, the vaccination drive for 18 to 44 years formally begins today. However, few doses have already been administered on May 5 in Guwahati. Symbolically, the Assam government announced to provide the vaccine free of cost to all eligible persons in this category. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Sarvanand Sonowal has instructed all the deputy commissioners to regularly visit hospitals for better COVID management. He held a video conference with all the deputy commissioner and the senior officers of the COVID management in Guwahati yesterday. The Chief Minister also told them to ensure that the prices of essential medicines should not rise. Indian Railway has delivered 2,511 metric tons of the liquid medical oxygen in 161 tankers to various states across the country. So far, 4 oxygen expresses have already completed their journey. It is Indian Railway endeavor to deliver as much liquid medicines, oxygen and possible in the shortest time to requesting states. Till date, 174 metric tons has offloaded in Maharashtra, 689 metric tons in UP, 190 metric tons in Madhya Pradesh, 259 metric tons in Haryana, 123 metric tons in Telangana, and 1,053 metric tons in Delhi. Presently, 22 tankers are on the run with more than 40 tons of liquid medical oxygen, which are expected to arrive in Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan and Delhi. African swine fever ASF, which killed more than 1,700 pigs in over a month in Mizoram, is yet to be contained. Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department Joint Director Dr. Lal Ming Thanga today said that the disease is spreading to other areas, even though the Delhi death toll in the epicenter showed a declining trend for a few weeks. At least 1,728 pigs have died due to ASF since the first death was reported on the 21st of March at Lungsheng village in Lunglei district near the Bangladesh border. The monetary loss caused by the ASF is estimated to be 6.91 crore rupees. The prevailing pig disease has affected 5 districts. Those are Aizawl, Lunglei, Serchhip, Lawan Lai and Mamit. At least 866 unusual pig deaths have been reported so far in different parts of the state that are outside the ASF-affected area. There are 11 districts in Mizoram and its share interstate border with Assam, Manipur and Tripura, and international border with Bangladesh and Myanmar. The ASF infection is suspected to be caused by pig imported from neighboring Bangladesh and Myanmar. It may be mentioned that artificial swine fever was recently reported in the Mond and Kifir district of Nagaland. An earthquake of magnitude 2.8 on the Richter scale hit Assam's Morrigan today. According to National Center for Seismology and CS, the earthquake occurred at 6:13 a.m. This is the fourth jolt Assam has experienced this month. It may be mentioned that an earthquake of magnitude 3.5 hit Sonitpur with a mild tremor in a few parts of the state on 5th of May, while another earthquake of magnitude 3.7 hit Tejpur on the 3rd of May. Tejpur were also hit on May 1st by a quake of magnitude 3.3. No loss of life or property have been reported. In Tamil Nadu, DMK leader M.K. Stalin has sworn in as the chief minister at a simple ceremony at Raj Bhavan this morning. State governors Banwarilal Purohit administered the oath of the chief minister and also to 33 cabinet ministers at the Raj Bhavan. After a massive win at the 16th assembly election, DMK forms the new government for the 6th time in the state. Stalin's entire entry as the new chief minister is being looked upon with much expectation. He is signing important files soon after swearing in and also leads a cabinet meeting this evening. Stalin was elected to the Tamil Nadu Assembly 5 times since 1989. He served as the first deputy chief minister of the state in 2009. He also served as a Chennai's mayor in 2001. This is the 7th time that M.K. Stalin has been elected from the assembly from the Kolhapur constituency. Congress chief and Rangasamy will be sworn in as the chief minister of the Union Territory of Pondicherry, and a simple function arranged at Raj Nivas today. Lieutenant Governor Dr. Tamilishai Saudarara Rajand will administer the oath of office and secrecy to Rangasamy. 3-time Chief Minister Rangasamy returned to power for the 4th time to lead the NDA government. The BJP will be a part of the coalition government, and this is the first time that BJP will take part in the government. India has welcomed U.S. support for relaxation in the norms of the trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights (TRIPS) agreement to ensure quick and affordable access to COVID vaccine and medicines for developing countries. The External Affairs Minister in a statement said that India is hopeful that with a consensus-based approach, the waivers can be approached quickly at the WTO. It added that the waivers is an important step for enabling rapid scaling up to manufacture and the timely availabilities of affordable COVID-19 vaccine and essential medical products. It may be mentioned that India and South Africa proposed in World Trade Organization (WTO) for temporary waivers from the certain provisions of the TRIPS agreement in view of COVID-19 pandemic in October last year. As a result of the proactive outreach by India and other like-minded countries, the proposal has received the support of more than 120 countries. During a recent phone call with the US President Joe Biden, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had informed him about India's initiatives at the World Trade Organization, which aims for the benefit of humanity. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Ex-Minister Okram Henry says Wankai MLA Yumkhand Irawat should resign on moral ground after yesterday's interim order issued by Supreme Court of India. And India reports single-day spike of above the 4,14,000 new COVID-19 cases and 3,915 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate drops to 81.95%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. In the meantime, for more news and updates, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Until then, have a great afternoon and always stay safe.